Armenia's future vision of Karabakh?
Well, first let me say there's no Armenian occupation of, Azerbaijani territory. Armenia, of course, helps Nagorno-Karabakh. They are brothers. We're the same people. We will help them. We have helped and we'll continue to help.
But there's a United States resolution.
No, there is no such resolution. There are different positions expressed, but the guiding principle or the guiding resolution here are the UN Security Council resolutions. There are 4 of those, and in none of those there is such a charge against Armenia, just the opposite. In all those 4 resolutions, there is clear call on Armenia to use its good offices with the local forces in Nagorno-Karabakh to engage in talks and address the issue of territories. Just the opposite. So if you look to those resolutions. So Armenia would like to see Nagorno-Karabakh resolved through negotiations. War is not an option. The use of military force is not an option. There's one way to resolve this issue is through negotiations on the basis of mutual compromise. And we're prepared to do it. Turkey can play a positive role in this whole process. It is pity and it's unfortunate that Turkey has taken an unequivocal unilateral position on this issue, supporting blindly Azerbaijan, and this has not been helpful. Turkey is a major player in this region, can play a positive role, helping both Armenia and Azerbaijan to resolve Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. This is a conflict between Armenians and Azerbaijanis. It's not between the government of Armenia and Azerbaijan. This issue needs to be addressed through negotiations, and Turkey can play a role here. Instead of Turkey making the Karabakh a precondition, it could be more effective if Turkey will play an more balanced role helping Armenians and Azeris address the Nagorno-Karabakh issue.
You mentioned compromise. Could you elaborate on that? What compromises Armenia are ready to give?
Well, I cannot now enumerate what needs to be done. This has to be done mutually. There are things that Azeris should understand that they cannot claim. There are things that Armenians must understand that we cannot claim. We need to be prepared to make the right trade-offs. And fortunately, the current document that is on table today, fully supported by United States, France, and Russia, the 3 main mediators, provides that kind of opportunity. The document that we are negotiating today has the right trade-offs between the necessary principles for the resolution of this conflict.
And one last question. Do you think the bilateral relations are beyond any Armenian government's control? I mean, could any Armenian government be against any official policy if there is one?
Well, any Armenian government, I think, would like to have normal ties with Turkey, but without any preconditions. Turkey should not tell us to do this before we normalize ties between our 2 countries. Turkey is applying clearly double standards against Armenia. Turkey has problems with other countries on similar issues. On Cyprus, for example, between Greeks and Turks, there are serious problems, territorial. Turkey's engagement in northern Cyprus. Even issues similar to the events of 1915, and also mutual territorial claims in the Aegean. So almost identical in terms of issues that exist today between Turks and Greeks. But look how they're transcending these issues by talking to each other. There are good relations between Athens and Ankara. The borders are open. Both countries have embassies in mutual capitals. That's the kind of policy we're advocating. We admit that there are problems that needs to be addressed. But to address those issues effectively and efficiently, we need to have normal ties. So I started by this call. I will end this interview with similar call and to the Turkish people. We have nothing against the Turkish people. Even the events of 1915 we do not attribute to the Turkish people. Just the opposite. Some Turks helped Armenians during those events. The problem today is with Turkish government's denialist policy and also putting pressure on Armenia by closing the border between our two countries. So our problem is with the government. We would like to see Turkish government change policy vis-a-vis Armenia, open the border, establish diplomatic relations, and we're ready for it. And we would like to live in peace with our neighbors, Turks, because we have many things in common. We're in this region together. We're not going to go away. We need to have open borders so that people will interact, so that they can create new experiences that can replace the old memories. This is the way forward, and we hope that eventually Turkish government will meet us halfway on this issue, and we will work together to transcend our differences.
Thank you, Mr. Minister.